So Shan says that sex is automatically on most men's
Well, let me
mind.
speak for Shan. Let me.
Okay, speak for
Shan
Shan.
is thinking about fucking on the first date. Shan
Yeah,
is thinking about clapping them cheeks, as you call it, on the first. I'm thinking about clapping cheeks when we how we even get to a date and I ain't thinking about clapping cheeks. But go ahead.
Man.
Now I can expound later when it spins back around when y'all spin the block.
I'm with Shan on that. Like, I don't think it's a single dude that's taking a woman out, on a date that ain't thinking about clapping cheeks. Hell, I mean, I'm thinking about clapping cheeks before I even take you out on a date. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that done now. And just to be clear, full disclosure, I'm a married man, so the stuff that I'm talking about is back when before I was married, right? But yeah, no,
That's bullshit.
And typically, like, that was the only way I was really taking you out on a date, unless like I had to have clapped them cheeks already. Like, I wasn't just randomly taking women out on dates like that, just every now and then, but it wasn't like a constant thing, like take them out on dates in order to clap cheeks. Like, I clap cheeks before I take you out somewhere like that. And that's not, I ain't tooting horns, nothing like that. I'm just telling you how I operated back when I did in Fayetteville, when I was out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And I'll say this, things are a lot different in Fayetteville than what you're gonna have in like major cities and things like that or whatever. Also, I want to talk about on this is what kind of conversations were being had prior to this man taking her out on a date. Was that a discussion? Like, I guess they was having conversations about clapping cheeks or something like that. And then at the date, it's like, nah, nigga, I ain't fucking with you like that. I mean, I'm just throwing potential things out there. For me though, I'll say if I took somebody out on a date, and in the conversation on the first night when we out on this date, the conversation is like I'm not clapping cheeks that night, I still got a level of class within myself where shouldn't just be like, oh, you got to pay for your own shit. That's lame as fuck. You probably should have took out to begin with. You know what I'm saying? That's corny nigga shit. That ain't really what I'm on. And most of the dudes that I've ever fooled with, they ain't really been on that type of shit neither. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there are times where men say, well, sometimes a man may say he haven't thought about it. So a man that has options, right? Like a man that's not really thirsty. Is there any possibility that he's not thinking about clapping those cheeks?
No.
So okay, go ahead, Ricky. Ricky about to go in.
Even though he ain't thirsty, everybody still like to take a drink now and again, my guy. Right? The reason I hollered at you, this is the reason I asked you out for a date, because if not tonight, eventually I want to touch them. I'm trying to get them draws. That's the whole point.
That's
now, is he tacky? Yeah, it's tacky. The shit is lame. It was lame, bro. Y'all already know how I feel if you that one. For one, like I said, I'm not taking no female out just cause. I wouldn't be taking no female out just cause. If you a bust down, there's no need to take you out. There's no need. But if I'm dating you intently and you looking at me and hopefully we vibing and the stuff is right, and at the end of the day, you, like I said, I got to make sure I chose correctly. If I'm going to spend time and effort and money on you, right? You should be attracted to me the same way I'm attracted to you. But like I said, I don't know if girls like boys no more the way they be acting. You know what I'm saying? So the point of the date is for me to show you that I can feed you and that we can vibe and move on to the next stage of an intentional relationship. If you a bust down, you will never see me in a restaurant with you. That's that's truck action.
Okay.
Which is part of the reason why the game is kind of fucked up. That's all I want to say. It's part of the reason why the game kind of fucked up right now. It's because niggas doing things to bust downs that they shouldn't be. But go ahead. I ain't want to step on nobody.
No, you all good. Go ahead, Rio. You got something on this, Rilla? You gonna keep it 1,000 while, Rilla?
All right, now the brothers and cook. I ain't got much to add to it other than like ladies got to understand, like stop trying to make men into y'all and trying to think like y'all. Stop trying to shame men because we see you got a fatty, you got them hips. You know what I'm saying? We trying to put our weight on it. You know what I'm saying? Like we assessing you day one. To Ricky's point, nah, it might not be. I might not, listen. If I see you, we out on the date or whatever, or I step to you or whatever, right? I have an expectation. That expectation may be that I may not hit day one. Eventually, though, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to tangle, right? So stop trying to shame men for who they are and how they think. That's how we think. We're assessing you from day one, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Now, if a dude just leading to being a hound with it, I get it. Like that's nasty, in a sense. But to Quest's point, you know what I'm saying? Dude's still gonna have some class about himself. We went out, we vibing. Or if we not vibing, it didn't work or whatever, I'm gonna pay for, I'm gonna pay like I wait and I'm gonna keep it pushing, right? But ladies, y'all gotta know, man. Like it's the reason why you dress the way you dress. You didn't spend an hour and a half in the mirror to get all dolled up. You didn't go buy that sundress just so I couldn't look at you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what them hips do. You did. So playing with me.
So I got another question. If a woman, and I'm gonna come to you, Rio, but I'm gonna put this out there. If a woman pursues you, does that mean that she's trying to get them draws?
Not necessarily. It depends. If she's from New York, yeah. If the rest of the country, it depends. Because I don't know if y'all ever experienced New York women that are aggressive. They trying to fuck. But not necessarily, because it depends on how much she's investigated. Some women will look at you and investigate you from a distance, man. They'll do their due diligence from social media. They'll check and they'll listen to your you do shows on the podcast. They'll pay attention to everything you've said. They'll go to your Facebook and go back to your history, and they like what they see. They like the fact that you are the kind of person that you are. Women, this is women, because they're investigators. They're the FBI for real. They'll look up.
Women doing all that, Shan?
Oh yeah, man. They'll investigate you. I'm not in the chat, but ask them in the chat. Women will check a brother out and say, okay, you know what? I like what he's about. I like how he thinks. And he works. Oh, he works where? Oh, okay. So he's stable. He has some stability. Oh, he's taking videos and pictures in his garage. That means he has a home. It's that kind of stuff. And then next thing you know, she'll make a move. Now, if it's a cold call and she caught you at the grocery store, she don't know nothing about you. So that's one version, right? That's what I'm saying. It depends on how much she knows you. So that's one version. But let's talk about the cold call. Let's talk about the chick that saw you walking up and down aisle 5 getting some cereal, and she busts a move on you. I think she's trying to fuck. I don't care what state she's from.
Okay. King Rio, thoughts about this? And I do want to put it out there before Rio hop on that, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you was on another platform, you might have said that men should test the goods out before they get married.
Most definitely. Most definitely. You don't buy the car without a test drive. That just doesn't make any sense. That just doesn't make any sense. But I wanted to touch on that first question that you had about the clapping of the cheeks. I just want to say, from my perspective, and I'm in alignment with what the brother said, because I think we got a general consensus on this. But I just want to put it in perspective that we're always thinking about clapping the cheeks. I don't care if you're single, married, no, it doesn't matter. We're always thinking about that. I could pass you in Target and we've never met at all.
That's
If
the
the
first thought.
sundress, that's the first thought. Sundress just falling in between the buns perfectly, and she got a nice walk. They got the,
Oh my God.
you know what I'm
King,
saying?
don't let the sun shine through that dress.
My goodness.
Don't show me the gap through that. In fashion we call it ITC, that inner thigh clearance. Don't show me that
Man.
through the.
Once
And,
y'all,
Hey man, y'all showing y'all some creeps right now.
and they got but JR is the the fashion it makes this worse. They got the I don't know what you call the yoga pants that has like the butt elastic that cups the inner cheeks.
oh, them
You know,
yoga pants on demon time, boy.
man, you know what I mean? So we are always thinking about clapping the cheeks. That's just what it is. It's not the date. I'll buy a meal for a stranger. It wasn't the transaction. It was, I'm thinking that way anyway. So I just had to put that out there because
And,
that was
and if I can say, man, like, this is the game. I know y'all getting tired of me hearing that, but this is the game. When you break it down, booty, butt naked. This is the game. We hollering at you to hit you. Oh, you know, hopefully you got a decent personality and a nice disposition and got your stuff in order. You know what I'm saying? But the reason we coming at you is because we're sexually attracted to you, and hopefully everything else falls in line. Right. But what happens is when females, I ain't gonna say women, females disrespect the game. Right? Y'all sit up there and take stuff from a man knowing y'all not sexually attracted to him. Right? And then when he fly off the handle, you know, he being emotional, he all in his feminine energy, blah, blah, blah. When you could have quelled that at the beginning. If you're not attracted to that man, you're supposed to be attracted to each other. You're supposed to be wanting to get sexual with that man. That's the whole point.
I concur. Like I asked, like not to jump on top of you, Ricky, man. I asked my wife about this. We had a conversation about this shit a long time ago. And I was like, I'm like, yo, have you ever been out on a date with a nigga that you hadn't already in your head said that you were like that there was a potential for you smashing this dude? We talking about at any time throughout your life, have you ever been on a date with a dude that you had not had intentions on potentially smashing this guy? And she was like, no, I didn't go on dates with niggas that I wasn't even thinking like that with. It don't make sense. It's deceptive, so on and so forth. And then niggas gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy, right? So I'm like, okay, so yeah, nah, I 100% agree with you, dog.
Who was that, Quest? That told you that?
That was my wife. She told me that before, like, obviously, clearly before, yeah, before,
and
before we
ladies,
met.
And she got wifed.
Ooh.
Ladies,
Ooh.
we gonna start teaching wife school, and she got wifed.
Why would you look? Listen, I need y'all to listen, man.
Did you hear what I said?
Why, as a woman, would you spend time with a man you're not sexually attracted to? It's a date. It's courting. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you doing it to that man? That's the problem. Y'all take a man resources and not give him what, yeah, you owe him one. That's the game. If you don't want to owe him one, don't waste his time. Don't take his resources. You know what? I understand you find me attractive, but you're not my type. You have a great life. How many of y'all can honestly say you did that? No, y'all go to Fogo de Chao, right? Steak 48, Outback, whatever you want. Y'all stop disrespecting the game. When y'all get right, the game will get right.
Hey, but at the same time, I got to tag on here and say, men, stop spending money on motherfuckers that don't deserve it. Because I think that's also fucking the game up. And I think they kind of coincide a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If we take a step back and look at some of these women that we spending money on, I guarantee probably 75% of them don't deserve it.
Quest, when you say spending money on somebody, like give me just a couple examples of actually spending money on somebody.
For taking out on dates, that's one. Another one, like how niggas just want to like flex, go buy a bag here or go do ignorant shit like that, spending all this.
Okay,
ridiculous...
now I consider that right there as actually spending money on a chick.
Yeah, but why are we taking even lower it down? Because there's plenty of niggas in the chat right now that don't have the bread to be spending no money on no fucking bags. So we can lower it down to Outback, like Ricky said. Like, nigga, you know damn well if you took a step back, she don't even deserve Outback, dog. She don't. Be real, bro. And the reason is because you know 3 and 4 of your partners done smashed. Why are you taking her out?
Oh no. I'm not saying take that type of woman out, but if you feeling somebody, right? I mean, this is my mindset, and I know I said this probably a lot of shows back. when I take a woman out, she's coming into my world right now.
Mhm.
So when we go out, it's because I want to go out. You know, this is what I want to do. So I'm not looking at it as like, oh, I'm about to ready to take you out. Like, I don't have a problem doing what I do because I was going to do it whether you was here or not. You know, I go to a bar, I buy some drinks, kick it, go to another spot, and then I do the same thing. I may go to hit another spot up. But if I invite you on, it's all about the mindset too, right? I get what you're saying because there are some guys out here that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do. So if I invite you out, I was going to already be out anyway. Hey, I'm about to do this. You want to tag along? Or, hey, I'm going out tonight.
So I guess what I'm getting at, if that woman deserves it, cool, no problem. Ain't nobody tripping off that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's dudes out here that's doing exactly what you just said to women that don't deserve it. And then in turn, they say, oh, well, this nigga did it for me. All niggas are supposed to do it for me. And like, even they know they're not even supposed to be getting that type of service. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be getting that type of exchange. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, JR. You're going out anyways. And if it's with a woman that's deserving, okay, cool. Let's kick it. Well, you ain't gonna do that with no bus.
I mean to be, no, I'm not gonna do that. Exactly. I mean, but 9 times out of 10 these days, if you meet somebody, she could still be a bust down. You don't even know. You could be out with her and you just don't even know. But if you know it, like know it.
Yeah, but
then shame on you. That's almost like Michael B. Jordan dating Shorty. He already knew what he was getting himself into.
Yeah.
So if you know, shame on you. But like a lot of times, shit with these chicks these days, you never know. You motherfuckers might got bodies.
And that's what Ricky talking about. That speaks to Ricky's point. Ricky's the one who was saying earlier, he was like, y'all shouldn't be taking money from these dudes, man. And you know damn well that you ain't have no fucking intent on smashing or being any type of serious with this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so that's the thing about it. So what you guys are talking about, you, Ricky, JR, is that's modern. That's today. That's current. Let me remove modern. That's current day dating. And that's what's waking up right now. That's what's happening on YouTube in these conversations, because we never had this before. That's what's happening on Clubhouse. These conversations on how men should address dating, how women should address men. That's all new. You see, I was taught to be a simp. All of us who was born in the 70s, early sets, born in 72. I'll be 50 in 2 days. Was taught to be a simp. We were told to. I could sing. Me and Rilla could sing all the songs. We could sing all the songs, all from
Minnie Williams. Girl, you I
we can sing to you 112. We can fucking goddamn. We can sing all the songs that taught us, from Luther Vandross, from Smokey Robinson. They taught us. They told us to be simps, and I was a super simp. I was the king of the simp. I had the simp jacket. I was the president of the simp club. And women, to what Ricky was saying, that women shouldn't be doing it. I might as well have if it was, So, and what Ricky's saying is, women don't need to do that, but women were taught to take. So men were taught to simp, and women were taught to take advantage of women. So the women that was out there, they were told, get dinner. That's what a foodie call is. Not a booty call, but a foodie call. And some women, especially when they ain't got they had a lineup of how they figured out how they were going to get food all week long based on the guys that took them out to dinner. No intention on having sex with them. It happened all through the 80s, all through the 90s. And so now it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? Like, fellas are starting to wake up, and then you got the boss chicks and everybody's getting the money and all this other kind. You want to be that, but then you still want to do that? No, we're not doing that. And that's what men are having these conversations for these days, saying not to do it. Another thing is, like I think I said this on the Lead Attorney show about last year sometime. A girl had went up and said, well, how are we supposed to keep our body count low? You want us to have a low body count, but then you want us to have, we're supposed to have sex on the first, second date. So then how are we supposed to keep our body count low? And I went up on the show. I came up just to say this. I said, the solution for women to keep your body count low is don't go out on a date with somebody you're not sexually attracted to. You guys historically have been going out with so many men that ain't going to get nothing. He's not going to hit, but you just entertaining it and whatnot. And then you order an extra food so you can get the doggy bag, take the food home. You have a snack tomorrow morning. You're going out because you wanted to see that movie. There wasn't no Netflix back in the day. So you wanted to see that movie. in the movie theater and you wanted him to take you because you cared more about the movie than the guy that you was going with. You want to go to that concert. You just had to go to that Maxwell concert. You wanted to go so you could see the concert.